everyone, and welcome to the first week of art class. Today you'll be creating or working on part of a collaboration piece inspired by the artwork of Tula Pink, who is a fabric designer. So what you're going to find today at your tables is each table has a lid box filled with construction paper cutouts of squares and triangles. Your table will either have warm or cool colors, along with matching oil pastels of that same color scheme. So in my box right here, I see that my squares and my construction paper are warm colors, so my oil pastels are of the same corresponding color scheme. You will also see a basket of scrap paper at your table along with a glue stick. Okay, so what you need to do, the first thing that you need to do is grab one square, okay, of your either warm or cool colors, and then a corresponding triangle. Please make sure the square and the triangle are two separate colors. It's going to be important so it stands out. All right, move our tray aside so you guys can see a little bit more. Now using, okay, first of all put your scrap paper in front of you. Your triangle and square go on top of your scrap paper. Using the glue stick, and this is the only time you're going to need the glue stick, you're going to apply glue to one side of the triangle. Don't worry, that purple fades away. Then you are going to line up the bottom of your triangle, that long part of the triangle, with one of the long sides of your square. Now the glue stick dries quickly, so you only need to rub it or press it down for about 5 to 10 seconds. Okay. Now once you have this glued down, you are going to turn your square on an angle like this so it looks like a diamond. Then, this is where your pencil comes in, you are going to draw a line dividing your diamond or your square in half, okay? On one half of your square, you are going to either draw, or you're going to draw 2 to 5 diagonal lines coming from this center point. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Starting at that center point up here, I'm going to come down and draw one diagonal line, stopping at that halfway point. Then I'm going to draw a second line. Okay, and then I have room for another line if I want to, but you need to draw a minimum of 2. So I have 2 right here. I'm going to add a third one just because I want to divide this space a little bit up a little bit more. And 3. I'm going to turn my paper around, my square around, and I'm going to draw now 2, 3, 4, or 5 diagonal lines in this section now. Okay, I'm going to do 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. These diagonal lines do not have to match up on top and bottom. Okay. Now that we've drawn our lines, remember 2 to 5 lines for the top and bottom. You're going to put away your pencil. Glue stick and pencil no longer needed. Now comes time for the oil pastels. So for your oil pastels, again, if you're using warm color paper, you have to be using warm color oil pastels. Oil pastels, they're very similar to a material you're probably very familiar with, like crayons. Okay, the main difference between them is the binder that holds the color or pigment together for these. In crayons, it's going to be wax, while with oil pastels, it's going to be a type of oil-based binder. Okay? Now what you're going to do with these oil pastels is color in each of your sections, these little triangle sections that you created when you drew your diagonal lines. I'm going to start first with the part that has my construction paper in it. I don't want 2 yellow, for me personally, I don't want 2 yellow sections side by side, so I'm going to color in my oil pastel. You should see that the oil pastel blends and offers a really good coverage on this construction paper. Be careful to stay inside your diagonal lines that you drew. Switch it up, get in another color. Again, your construction paper square should be staying on top of your scrap paper. This is just protecting our table from getting messy and dirty from the oil pastels. And I think I'm going to do another one, a different type of orange. Now when I'm done with my sections right there, my diagonal sections, I'm going to continue on coloring up here at the top. Remember, each section should be a different color. It's okay if you need to turn your square as you go. Okay. There we go, we got one finished piece. Now, what you do when you are done is please put this off to the side and wait for the next table tray to come to you. If you've just worked on warm colors, you will be getting a box here in just a moment to create, a second box here in a moment to create your cool color fabric pattern, okay? You're gonna take the same steps you did for this warm color piece and create your cool color piece. Remember, starting with a glue stick, then adding your diagonal lines to the top and bottom sections, then adding your color using oil pastels of the same corresponding color scheme. When you're all done, we will begin to assemble our collaborative piece. Okay, if you have any questions at this time, raise your hand.